Welcome, TGAF. Let's see. What up, Timo? Trying to get my music ready. Good morning, Marco. We're on the Europe account, so I'm using my main name, and we're grinding up with my main name. See how far I go. Some people are like, I'm not sure why a name's, if someone uses a name or not. Why it's always that you're not good enough or something. I feel like some people just don't want to be bothered. Was scouring the net for my upcoming PC build. What have you so far been getting interested in? Parts and prices figured out one time. Yeah, exactly. I did that too. It took me like, say, a good month and something, where I was asking everybody, and I was on YouTube and I was looking at all the videos, the goods, the bads, the uglies. Just what could go wrong. Installation. Yeah, cut my hair. The new 98,000 3D CPU sounds like a winner. 98 X3D CPU. Is that AMD? Launched last week. Yeah. I hear AMD processors are really good. Oh, they're like computer builds are very interesting because you have to kind of know what you want, what you prefer, what you're gonna use it for, so you can build it. That way you're building it to your desire, and not, this person has this one, so I'm gonna get that one. This person has. Computers are more complicated like that. It's like there's a lot of moving parts, and you kind of wanna. It's always good to do your own homework and go, what do I want? What do I need? It's so easy to go overboard with computers. Exactly. That's what I did too. Like I didn't know the power supply was very important because of failures. Like power supplies can, burn up or fry your computer. I'm like, oh damn. So I need a good power supply. Like you don't know all these things until you do homework, and you're like, some people would probably go, oh, I don't know if it's power supply, I'll just buy a good this, and I'll put less on the power supply. And then their power supply goes bad, and then so yeah, sounds good. Do your homework. But not everybody like needs the highest graphics card or the highest this. You have to do it based on what you need. And yeah, it's easy to go overboard with computers. It is cheaper to build your own. I like building my own. It's stressful, but it's an accomplishment. And it's more controllable in what you're gonna want. You ready for bed, Rigatron? Alright, man. You have a good night. Very importante. You've always been an enthusiast, so I know my way around the PC. That's good. I didn't. I had to start from scratch. But I did learn from my mistakes. I bought a computer once and it didn't run StarCraft. I was like, what? This thing don't run StarCraft? Sucks. I bought another computer. It was good. It ran StarCraft fine for a while, but then I started streaming. I started learning about streaming, and I started streaming, and then it was not good. I was like, what? What do you mean? I could play StarCraft, but I can't stream and play StarCraft? Not with this computer. Gotta get a different computer. I learned. I know you have. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's to have it out there. An old one. I don't even know what. It still works. I gotta dust it off sometime. What did I do? Did I do anything with it? I know I took it apart once. Oh, to clean it. Yeah, I have to look it up. Yeah, that. Yep. So that's cool. I know you. So you and Doug are creating a build. That's cool. Because I know Doug's been also, doing his research, seeing what he wants. Oh, wait. Do I have to? We just beat the evil within. Oh, you know what? While people want, let's see. Let me see here. All right.
I've got the Samsung.
Oh my goodness. They're everywhere. Can't escape them. So this is a. Let's see. Curious what's. While we wait for people to come in, we can watch this real quick and see what they say. Something about shake things up. I'm curious.
Okay. So, I had this idea a while ago. I was actually thinking about this when I was at EWC in Riyadh, the World Championships for StarCraft 2. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to chat with you about it. We chatted just a little bit earlier today.
Right.
Like, you know what? We should just do this on stream. And
because
this is an interesting conversation. But like, okay, so here it is. Basically, this is what prompted my thinking about it. So I think that the volatility is too low in StarCraft 2. It is too likely that the better player will win because you have to have a certain amount of upset potential or it becomes very bad. So to put this in perspective, back in the day, like Quake 3 tournaments were really kind of crappy because the best player always won and like the top 4 guys were always in top 4 and the top 8 guys were always in top 8 and the top 16 guys were always in top 16. And it was the same people every tournament finishing in almost exactly the same spots. And it's just kind of like a little bit anticlimactic. And I feel like StarCraft 2 has almost gotten there. It's not exactly what Quake is, but I think
that's true. There's a lot of players that, I mean, it got to the point with the meta, with the whole meta. I don't know. The meta is just, I guess it is. It is because it is. But because of the meta and because the patches have been slightly tweaked for the meta to still operate for the tournaments, for the pros, so it doesn't shake things up because people, there's always that that argument that, oh, it's not fair for the players if you mix things up right away. It's not fair for everybody if you change something before a big tournament, which I understand. But at the same time, StarCraft is a real-time strategy game. It should be about the best real-time strategy player. But yeah, there's some times where they need to adjust to make sure that there's like balance in the changes. But I think that should be even done before even it being actually put in. So I think if they put it in, it's because they've done enough testing and, hey, made the better player win. Sadly, it's a bad timing, but it shouldn't just be about the pros when the pro tournament is, or when it's at. It should be done when it's done, whatever changes are. And as a real-time strategy game, the best player wins. And then better luck next time. I mean, it is what it is, competition. But they don't shake things up very much. They keep the meta pretty balanced. They keep everything tweaked to balance the meta. And throughout this time, we have a consistency of players that have gotten really good at the meta more than others, where they have this stronghold within a certain level of skill and rank at the higher level, and because of that, there tends to be some kind of like stagnant, movement in the players. Usually, it's the same players, Sarah or, Dark's right here, and Rainer's right here, and Clem's here, and Max right here, and Heroes here, and there's it's the same players. Everybody else is kind of like, there's not much of a mix up. So I can see, that there's definitely some type of stagnant of player, rankings. And that's because, yeah, I feel like the meta has been just catered to too much, and there's not been too much mix up. There hasn't been enough mix up because everybody's been very, like, defensive on changing anything that has to do with breaking the meta. Breaking the meta is not good. That's always been the case for StarCraft. They did everything for the meta. The meta needs to be intact, and I'm like, why does it need to be intact? Why can't it be real time strategy and just, but, there's players, they're professionals, and money's on the line tournaments, and, like, risks, and it's unpredictable risks, so it's not easy to commit to a tournament, and, the money that you put into it to have some type of a wild card risk in the game within a tournament and you lose. I still think that's should be the best part of the game is the risk. It just doesn't fall really good against the competitiveness because of the risk taking. But you got sometimes you gotta try, or if not, just play regular ladder. But I feel like because of that, they haven't been really too big on shaking things up, and because they haven't shaken things up, the game has been a little stagnant, and we'll see what happens on the higher level.
I think the volatility is too low. Like, if you look at Serral win rates, for instance, I think it makes a little bit of boringness. And something like, I know that Tasteless for sure, he didn't like it when Flash was in his prime in ASL because it was so obvious he was going to win. Now, Flash's win rate was like a bit over 70%. And I actually I just had ChatGPT do some math for me. And it was like, okay, so if you're in a best of 5, which is, well, we've actually expanded a lot to best of 7s in Brood War, but back then it was best of 5s. But in a best of 5, if you have, like, let's just call it a 70% win rate, going into a best of 5, you're going to win the best of 5 like over 82% of the time. Now look at Serral. He's got like a win rate that I believe is even higher than that. It's something like an 80% win rate.
It is, yeah.
So if you go into a best of 5 or a best of 5, or, well, here's the thing, in StarCraft 2 it's even more, right? So here, I'm just going to type it in because the math I did was for a best of 5, so I actually need to do it on so in a best of 5, if you have an 80% win rate, you're going to win the best of 5 94% of the time.
Makes sense. I think
so that's, but so basically my thing is, I think that that's too much. I think that win rate is too high, and it actually detracts from the quality of viewing. And
It's so true. It's so true, and I believe it. At least in my eyes, I believe that. In the tournament side, a best of 5 is really hard for certain races like Protoss. Protoss, after a best of 1, 2, 3, like, you kind of know what's going on. They don't have very much choices in the meta for Protoss versus Terran, Protoss versus Zerg. And so the more times you play the player, because the lack of choices, you're going to end up doing the strongest build that you have. You're just going to have to. You have no choice. You don't have much options. There is no this direction, that direction, this direction in the beginning of the game. They close that off, they close that off, they close this off, and you're kind of like stuck with this small little open window right here. And in a best of 5, that's kind of tough to do, to have no options but this option. And yeah, it's I think there's not enough mix up. I've always said there's not enough mix up in the game that allows the game to get crazy in the beginning. There's a lot of structure, too much structure, and then there's too many things stopping the player from breaking the game in the beginning because there's too much structure against them. They got the battery overcharge that you can't break them. You can't even slow them down. They macro too hard, and you can't punish any kind of like the cannon rushing locations are kind of like blocked, so you can't punish them for being greedy. So you have to play that greedy game. If you don't, there's not many choices, not many paths to breaking it, so you can have different outcomes within the game. And because of that, Zero does really good because for one, Zerg is really good as a race in all the buffs that they got, and the qualities that it has. Might not be the utmost funnest race, but it's the strongest race. The Protoss has always been the weakest in regards to public opinion. A lot of people don't like Protoss for whatever reason. They're like the race that everybody bashes on, both Terran and Zerg. When in reality, it's like Protoss have it hard all the time. Everybody just remembers when Protoss wins, but Protoss loses a lot of times. You lose 100, you win one. The other guy, see, Protoss is OP. So I think they just got a bad rap, sadly, from both sides, Terran and Zerg. But in a best of 5, I was watching 2018. It was Stats versus Cerro, if I'm not mistaken. And I was over there at the BlizzCon, and I was right there, front row seats, ready to watch something. I've never watched pro games like fully. I was just always doing my own thing, my own plays. So I was like, this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna be able to see what the top of the Protoss builds are, because this is the best of the best right here. And he's up against Cerro. So I'm like, cool, this is going to be some crazy ass builds. And believe it or not, he did the same build every single game of that series. The same build. There was no change. I was like, that's the same build. Again, that's the same build. Again, that's the same build. And every time he kept getting beat. Every time he kept getting, Cerro just kept beating him. And again, the same build. And I'm like, how is this the tip of the top of Protoss when I keep seeing one build as the choice? As the build of choice, that this is going to probably stop Cerro. And if this isn't it, there is no other choice that's better than this choice. That's the sad part. I was like, I don't think Stats has any other build that's even close to being as good as this build right here. So there's no other choice. It's this or nothing. And I was like, well, that kind of just bombed. And I was like, how come the best of the best only had one choice? In the finals, there's not enough mix-up in the game, and so I felt it there. At least at the highest pro level, I was like kind of surprised, but then, I kept an eye on that. And I was like paying attention to, the pro metas more, and I was like, there's got to be more, in regards to the top, but not much. So I think that's what Artosis is saying. The variety, we need more variety.
And it's not that, it's like you need a certain amount of randomness.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, well, let's get some of your thoughts first, and then I'll give some more. That was quite a preamble there.
Well, first off, I don't disagree, obviously. I think one of your more interesting points or perspectives was around
the Neo
uncertainty that,
what up, Hop?
I guess, the StarCraft grew more certain with time. People became they became better mechanically.
96.6% to win a best of 7.
Yeah. I mean, they came back.
Then obviously, I just want to throw one more thing. I'm so sorry. Okay. One more thing, because I already know what like the YouTube comments would be. Well, I mean, it's not. He doesn't have 80% of his fun. Yes, I know. This is just like some general math to kind of show how crazy.
He's just saying in the bigger aspect, this is way too much. Even at the highest, outlier, this is way too much even for an outlier to have that many, successful wins, where there's something wrong. There's something wrong here. There's a big line that just boop goes up on that race, but then all the other ones are kind of like down here in regards to win ratio. There's something wrong, and he's just saying where there's smoke, there's fire, and it's hurting the viewership, it's hurting the entertainment, the surprise factor. He's saying that it wasn't fun when we cast Flash because we know he's gonna win. So how do you like get surprised when you know the person's gonna win? It's not gonna be as exciting anymore. Like they weren't excited, even though they were gonna watch Flash win. They weren't excited because they knew that Flash was gonna win. It's like, okay, well, yeah, I'm excited, but I'm not as excited.
The win percentages are, but go ahead.
Okay.
Oh wait, one more thing. No,
Okay.
Sorry. Okay.
All right. So yes, there isn't very much volatility. I think you can.
Oh shit.
Type it in because the math I did was.
Forward.
See, my thing is, I think that let's get some of your.
That
Okay,
I guess
right here.
I don't disagree. Obviously, I think one of your more
Okay.
interesting points or
Can't click.
perspectives was around the uncertainty that I guess the StarCraft grew more certain with time. People became more, or rather, they became better mechanically.
96.6% to win a best of 7.
Yeah. I mean, they came back. They,
And
they
obviously,
became,
I just want to throw one more thing. I'm so sorry. One more thing, because I already know what like the YouTube comments would be. Well, I mean, it's not. He doesn't have 80% against Clem. Yes, I know. This is just like some general math to kind of show how crazy the win percentages are. But go ahead.
What
Okay.
up,
Oh wait, one more thing.
El
Okay.
Milan?
all right.
Millennium.
So yes, there isn't very much volatility. I think StarCraft 2 has become quite figured out. I remember when I played, because I played from the very beginning. Over time, especially towards when I was starting to get better and better, I realized there were very few actual options in StarCraft 2 in all the matchups. Like you would think, especially as a viewer, that there's way more opportunities to do things that are unexpected, or there's way more opportunities to do like upsetting actions in a StarCraft 2 match. There really aren't. You'll notice that some of the best players are not very many cheeses. Even 12 pool against Hatch First, for example, does not work. Like that does not kill. Even when you do the drone pulls, sometimes they still are able to hold it. And yeah, people like Serral, they're able to defend basically everything. They go into a late game that they know they're favored in because they have the most experience and are the best there. And you basically get the same outcome over and over and over again. There really isn't very many ways to punish a predictable playstyle, right? Normally in StarCraft, if you have an expectation that someone's going to play a certain type of way, you should be able to combat or abuse that. That's not really possible anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
So, for example, knowing Serral will be greedy does not help you, right? Or knowing Serral will play a certain type of way, you can watch Serral's replays, does not help you, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lack of punishment. And I feel like there's definitely needs to be more ways to punish a greed. I just, they always try to find ways to let the macro go, and that's through the pros. They usually cater to the pros, keeping the macro, the meta balanced, and because the meta is balanced, that means that everybody's action in the dance is pretty much tweaked to the point where it keeps the ball rolling. Within a game, it keeps the ball rolling where one player or the other doesn't get upset that this is always just too OP. Just enough tweaks on the Oracle just so the Oracle for the Protoss can do some damage to the Zerg, but not too much damage where the Zerg's getting upset that they can't macro. Things like that. They tweak them just a little bit so that they both play this dance, this meta dance. So throughout this, for a long time, the balance has always been catering to tweaking the dance of the meta. And that's why we have a strong meta. And because we have a strong meta, we can't really, it's not easy to break the meta. It's really hard to break the meta. The timings, the things that they do to keep us from punishing. People don't like cannon rushers, so they find ways to deny cannon rushers from even doing things to slow down the player. And so we have no choice but to play, okay, we'll go void raids. Oh, now void raids are bad. You know, you can't do cannon rush. Okay, we'll go void rays. Oh no, no, void rays are bad. Now we're gonna fix that too. Yeah, you know, it. Okay, well you have to go standard then. If you play, you know, you have to play standard. You can't do that. You can't do this. Um, and that kind of like hurts the game because that draws down a little bit of options. You know, you're narrowed to the meta, or you're gonna lose. And you have a choice. Do you play StarCraft to just be competitive because they're gonna play very macro-y and that's kind of not always fun? Or are you gonna take more risks, lose more possible games, but then win some exciting games when you do? You have to make a choice right there because at the end of the day, right now the meta is not in the favor of a creative player. Um, you're gonna play as you go up the ranks players that are gonna do the same build over and over again, and the meta is catered to them, to that play style. It's optimized, and unless you're really good at playing chaotically, you're gonna have a hard time playing against them because you're gonna have to figure out how to slow them down continuously throughout the game, and then still deal with the mechanics that they possess. So it does get trickier as it goes up because you have to know more and still be fast. Um, but I feel like it does cut back from the entertainment factor in playing it or watching it. If the viewer knows the outcome of the game already from the start because there's little things that happen different over and over again, then it's not going to be as exciting. It's like, well, I already know it's going to be a 2-gate opener. I know it's going to be 2 adepts. I know it's going to be he's going to make the Oracle right now. The Oracle's going to go over, he's going to make a second Oracle. He's going to go over there. He's going to take the third at this time. And at this time, you know, when the audience already knows what's going to happen ahead of time, it's not as entertaining. It's not as interesting because now you know how the whole movie goes. Now you're just seeing it play out in small different ways, and maybe in the mid game it gets weird, you know, and then from there it gets a little bit more exciting. But until then, you know, the doors, you know, there's only a few doors to go through to get to the middle of the game.
Yeah, actually, I believe it was at the last Katowice I casted. Creator went up against Cyril, and I was actually betting on Creator to win because his PVZ was top of the world PVZ at that moment. And he actually did like a charge lot all in that Cyril completely didn't scout, and he still held it.
Yeah,
he
you'd be surprised.
Completely was not ready, and he like dragged a couple zealots in the wrong direction with the roach and held it, and it was just like, well, that seems silly.
And then if you include a best of 7 or best of 5 factor like you are, even in the weirdest case where you have like this crazy build no one's ever seen before that works, you get 1 game.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool.
1 game.
You're still
you get 1 game of it.
Yeah.
And then what?
And
what about the other
it's not
games?
that it's wrong that the best player wins, but you actually do have to give some sort of balance. And I think that team games generally get a better balance because there's so many factors into it, whereas a 1 versus 1 game, you have to be more careful about it. Because when it gets too stagnant like this, it can be a problem. And a couple thoughts as well is, at the beginning of StarCraft 2, we started off with like best of 7s. At that time, we had only ever had best of 5s in Brood War. And I was like, this actually makes a lot of sense to me because back then, StarCraft 2 was much more volatile than Brood War. Now, over the years, as it's gotten more figured out, and especially because of the worker increase and the 2-player maps only, the volatility...
It's been figured out because the balances that they've been doing since then and now have been soft on the meta. That's why it's been figured out, because when we had chances to mix things up, we didn't want to shake things up there that much. They're not definitely mentioning that, but you know, a lot of it was not me, that's for sure. But a lot of it was the StarCraft community that just, you know, it was all about the meta. You know, it was all about the meta, and you can't break the meta or else it, you know, it shakes things up and people get upset. So I think the community has a big fault in that, in you know, that kind of direction. They would always cry, you know, bloody murder if things got changed too much and one race didn't get their way.
He has gone so far down. Brood War is actually more volatile now than StarCraft 2, which is kind of wild. But that's kind of what you're
Brood
seeing.
War.
I think there's like quite the difference there. And I mean, Brood War has its own issues. We've gone to so many best of sevens now. It's like, which is reducing volatility. It's like a best of 5 is just kind of a more exciting thing a lot of the time, even though I want to see more games. As someone who just studies, like, I like having the best player win a lot, but like, yeah, I feel like this is an issue with StarCraft 2, and I think it really, the worker increase did so many bad things to StarCraft 2, but this is a big one, and only having 2-player maps took out so much. It took out so much because you can just go scout exactly when you want to scout.
Yeah.
You know exactly, you can, for whatever decision you want to make, you can just send out your scout to see it in time.
Yeah.
I used to love 4-player maps. 4-player maps were really good. You don't find your opponent right away. You can't tell what the opponent's doing. You might accidentally cannon rush the wrong base. You know, there's so many possibilities. They took it out because they felt like it was going to take too long for tournaments. You know, pro games would take too long, so they wanted tournaments to not be as long, so they took away 4-player maps. I think that 4-player maps should have always been in the game, and tournaments should have decided which maps they chose to put in the tournament. And if it was a 4-player map, they would choose a different map. I wish that was the case, you know, because 4-player maps in general are really good and healthy for an RTS game like StarCraft. You need variety of situations. Difficult to scout things. You know, there's a lot more flavor in 4-player maps, and I wish that they come back. The funny part that, you know, what's ironic is that now the tournaments sometimes are holding 4-player map 1v1s. In the tournaments, they're choosing some 4-player maps. I'm like, oh, ain't that funny? Now you guys want 4-player maps, but now we can't have them. We can't have them in our games because you guys wanted only 1-player maps. So then we get screwed. But then now you want them, and in the tournaments, it's like, are we ever gonna get 4-player maps again?
Like, also, you think about the units that StarCraft 2 has. So, like, for example, Reapers, we've got hallucinations, we've got faster Overlords, right? Like, Overlords are pretty fast. We basically have infinite vision, really. And we're
in
also
a small
so
map,
good.
yeah.
Like, you can see the pro gamers and better pro gamers than me at basically immediately calling out a build based on what you see. So, like, for example, you absolutely can count resources, basically. Like, you can tell that buildings are not where they should be very quickly in StarCraft 2 at this point. We've played so many games now that missing minerals isn't a thing anymore, right?
Yeah.
Like, when the earlier back you go, the harder it was to actually be certain that things were missing or that builders were on time or whatever, because they weren't that refined. But now, with more refinement, means you basically know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, that's another big difference, I think, between Brood War and StarCraft 2, where in Brood War, like, there's a lot of trade-offs that you have to make with how many workers you have, how much attention you're giving to optimizing your economy. It's more easy for there to be missing minerals or hidden things going on. Also, with the scaling of how mining works in StarCraft 1, like, you get many more resources, whereas you know exactly how many resources are coming in StarCraft 2. It's, like, very, very straightforward in that regard. I feel like too much has been done in StarCraft 2 that is like, this is what the pro gamers want,
Exactly.
so this is what they get.
Absolutely. There was way too much balancing.
Yep.
So I feel like the Balance Council looked at two different things. They looked at, and I'm talking like from the very beginning, there was a lot of balancing around removing RNG. There was a lot of balancing around removing inherently random things like 4-player maps. We were talking about this earlier. We had them. They're gone now. You know, even gold minerals and gas, like, we play around with them, but every now and then pro gamers decide basically that they don't like it anymore, and Blizzard's like, okay, or whoever chooses the maps slowly removes them.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous that you have players telling the other people what they want. You know, it shouldn't be what they want. The better player wins, and there shouldn't be any influence from any direction. because, you know, it doesn't matter who's number one. Someone's going to be number one. It doesn't have to be one particular person, you know? The game just has to make sense and be fair, and that's it. That's all it has to be. But we favor pro players, and they're definitely biased.
All the really fun maps get banned 24/7, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we never see fun maps. Nobody wants to play them. So I don't know. It's kind of sad. I wish there was less pandering to pros and more pandering to the audiences.
Yeah.
I think having randomness or things that you need to be careful about doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to lose. So like, for example, if there's something that's random, you just need to account for that randomness, right?
Adapt. Yeah. Account
so-
for it.
Yeah.
Like, for example,
well,
you'll have
that's-
to play safer if an all-in can work based on RNG or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
That
know.
makes sense.
I just don't see that removing RNG is a positive thing in any way.
Yeah, you do need a certain amount of it. It's like really important. And believe me, I mean, I know how badly it hurts when you lose a very important match to something that's a little bit out of your control. Like it's a terribly painful thing and everything, but it adds to that excitement. It adds to that volatility, which
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people that don't want to use their worker to scout. Some people don't want to scout with the worker because they're like, "Oh, I need minerals. I'm gonna lose minerals if I don't scout." I was like, "Yeah, there's optimization, and then there's taking risks. You're taking risks to be fully optimized. It shouldn't be favored. Like you shouldn't be favored just because you want to be optimized, and have somebody else not be able to punish you because you feel like optimization is the balance." Some players don't want to send a worker to go scout, and then they cry about getting cheesed, getting proxied. It's like, well, then send your worker to scout, and then you will see if you need to adjust. You shouldn't have the right of way to not scout and still feel to be safe. That's just not how it should work. But in some degrees, that's how it happens a lot. They want their, they want their cake and they want to eat it too. Happens all the time. I don't want to scout. Well, cannon rushing is too strong. It's like, send a worker out. Look for the forge. Oh, I don't want to send my worker. Or I don't need to send my worker. I shouldn't have to. That's not how you play the game. There's too much as for these opinions.
gives you differing results and makes things exciting and makes people feel like there's a chance something else will happen. And I just feel like that's at like an all-time low right now in StarCraft 2. It's the thing is you want the best players to win the most. Obviously, you don't want it to just be coin flips. It's not gambling, but there should be a way to gamble as well inside of the game. Like it's something I feel like we're seeing all over the place too. It's like the more that you listen to people's opinions on how to do something, the worse things are.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be taking opinions. You need like someone strong just being like, no, this is what we're doing. Like in ASL, they don't give a shit that you don't want to play on some of the worst maps you've ever seen in the pro circuit. Like they'll just be like, no, this crazy ass map is in there. We've had maps that have 0% win rates in certain sides of matchups. Zero. Literally zero. It ruins sometimes a season for a race, but you know what? It keeps it actually very fresh.
Yep.
Obviously, that's the crazy far example, but stuff like that
And then
can
mix
and
it up
has
after.
happened.
Yeah.
And a lot of the worst, most hated pro maps, what was it? Dawson Station, you remember that one?
Yeah.
People loved games on Dawson. Those were some of the most fun games I ever casted.
No, I agree.
I played the map too. Wasn't fun to play.
No, I agree.
But
I agree.
very oftentimes the maps that are not fun to play are the most fun to watch.
I agree. Yeah, I think it was a mistake to pander to the way pro gamers want. Because if pro gamers could like, I think if they could remove all RNG and have a dialogue tree, which by the way, I don't even know why pro gamers like this. Like I personally don't like having basically a certain type of way you have to play because it's the only valid way to play.
Yeah.
And I remember getting burnt out in StarCraft 2 for the very first time in my entire life. After I realized like Ling Hydra Bane openings were like the only option at some point.
Yeah.
And it was super boring. Like it was just like, oh, I'm gonna do this Ling Bane tack. If they hold it, I lose. If they don't, I win. And that was like the
Yeah.
only thing we were doing for a while. Like
Yeah, that's what a lot of people do at the higher ranks. You want to go up and rank up and try to get to GM or whatever. You're not gonna have the most funnest games all the time. It's gonna be very tight knit. It's gonna be very repetitive, and yeah, and it's all depending on what the meta is and what the balance is favoring at that time. Because with all the changes that happen, every change kind of like favors one race or other just a little bit. So you have to see if the waves are on your side. Outside of that, it gets boring. You do one build over and over and over for years, just the same build, just to stay on that high AP, that high AP, what is it, MMR? And it's like, do you really want to do that? Do you really want to go rank up as fast as you want up there just to play the same repetitive play style? That's why I always tell people just play, in a more real-time, natural play style, and learn how to get good at the lower levels where it's natural, and then just grow into whatever you're going to be as you go up, and just play your game. It's more fun that way than and to get better that way than to do one build over and over again for each race just to get up the MMR. And you're gonna get burnt out. You're gonna get burnt out in StarCraft, because it's like, if you're not playing like Haas, if you're not playing chaotically, you're gonna burn yourself out. There's just only so many games you could play repetitively, even if you're winning in competitive mode. Because at some point you're gonna win, but you're still not gonna go anywhere. You're gonna get so high that you're gonna hit a ceiling, and you can't get very high up. And you're always teetering in that same balance, but you're doing the same build over and over and again, and you're not seeing any change. And that's insanity right there. When you do the same thing, expect different results, you get insane a bit when you get up there, because you're still doing the same build, but you're hoping to keep going higher in MMR. Then you end up realizing you don't. You're kind of like always staying within a certain. So at some point, you go insane. It gets boring. It gets you lose it a little bit. So it's better to be chaotic. It's better to freestyle more and get better at it, because it provides more different outcomes in the game, and it's those different outcomes that really make the game more fun. And if you get better, the outcomes get more interesting. The games get more interesting, more. That's my thing. It's like, you hear from a pro right there. It gets boring at the top because the repetitiveness.
It just
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
Freestyle.
I don't know if there's a way to fix this at this point, because
They need to start doing crazy things. Like
4-player map.
Like they can fix it by like saying, all right, we're removing this unit, we're adding this unit. 4-player maps are in, and fuck you guys.
Yeah, well,
but that will never happen.
4-player maps at the minimum. 4-player maps. And enough of the cannon rush blocking, map makers. Map makers be blocking cannon rush spots and all that, eliminating potential chaotic games. That needs to stop. 4-player maps, and that needs to be, if people need to pull workers, then pull workers. They have a defender's advantage, home court advantage. Where's the problem?
The big problem is, I think right now, is that you have that balance council, and the balance council is completely biased. They're putting out a lot of changes that don't make sense. It's very obvious it doesn't make sense. It's like, you're nerfing Protoss? Like, what?
Right?
What's going on here?
Tell them,
like,
tell them.
The queen costs 25 more minerals. Did you see this in the patch? The queen. No. Okay, the most recent PTR patch, the queen got increased 25 minerals, and so they made the spore stronger, the spine stronger, the hatch 25 minerals cheaper. They basically Zerg got across the board buffs for 25.
Yeah, learn from your mistakes.
Nice.
It
Minerals
was
are the
like
most important resource too, so that
Develop
makes a lot of sense.
Dude,
natural
it's-
development.
You know why people
It's
mask
insane.
queens? Do you know why people mask queens besides them just
because
being
it's so
good?
easy.
Yeah, but also it's like the best mineral investment you can make, right? Under 50 minerals, transfuse, decent AA, creep spread.
Yeah.
So adding an additional 25 minerals does absolutely fucking nothing, right?
No, obviously.
I know the Zergs don't really get too punished for not going gas so early, and they got queens that just allow the macro to just, you know. I think the third at the minimum. I think the third base should have a rock. The third and fourth base should have rocks that you have to destroy to mine. That way the Zerg doesn't get over, zealous and just macroing too hard. There needs to be some type of slowdown on this. If they're not gonna just mess with the race in general, if they think the race is good, they should be messing with the map where the third should be blocked, the fourth should be, or the third should be blocked, and the fourth could be a little further out, where it's not so easy to just get 3 bases. And it'll slow the Zerg down to balance it, and they can keep their queens as beefy as they want. But there has to be something. You can't just allow too much macro, just free reign. But yeah, he's saying it's true with the council. They're pros that have biases, and they're not thinking about us. They're thinking about them in more cases.
Honestly. But I mean, that's what they come out with, and it's
Like if
so-
they added gas, that would be like, whoa,
Yeah.
that would be a big change.
you can't have the people whose lives.
Well, it's not that it's tanky, Neo. The queen tank is not the problem. Is that they're tanky, and the Zerg can macro really hard because of the queens. That's the biggest problem. It's a twofer, and they're not gonna. If you hurt the queens, then the Zergs will go crazy on you, So you can't really do too much on the queens. So I would say then you have to hurt the economy. How do you hurt the economy? Then, block the third a little bit, or make the third farther away where it's harder to defend, when you make the maps, or just put a rock on them so you have to break them, or, and you just can't take them right away. Something, there has to be some type of balance, but I just think wherever the state of the Zerg is, they're too strong overall, in the macro sense, tying it with the queens, because there's not much gas that they have to do early game. That, or they should make the queens 25 gas each. They should make them less minerals, more, and a little bit of gas. That way they have to commit with a little bit more gas, and it slows the Zerg down. So I think queens should definitely be, a gas unit if they don't want to balance the rock. That'd be cool. It's not the biggest expense, but it's kind of like a Reaper. The Reaper's 50 gas because you don't want to, or else they'll go crazy if they were just minerals. But they have a little bit of gas to kind of balance it. I think the queen should be balanced at least with gas. That'll tie them in a little bit.
Depend upon winning,
Doesn't
balance
take
the
leverage,
game.
yeah.
It doesn't make sense. And like the thing is, I really wish that there would be a person or an organization that would just take it over and stop having fucking endless meetings deciding these things. Like, honestly, okay, if I can just go ahead and say this, I would, if I took over StarCraft 2, first off, I would redo a lot of the balance shit. Like, I feel like it's gone a lot in the wrong direction. But I would also instantly bring the worker count, the starting worker count, down to 6, where it was in Wings of Liberty. 100%. Changes the game so much. There's no early game. There's no early game in StarCraft 2.
I think we've talked.
There is no early game. I know. What did you say?
Pro gamers.
Where it was in Wings of Liberty. 100%. Changes the game.
Wings of Liberty, yeah. With the Reapers, having the Reapers the way that they used to bomb really good, having the Ravens with the missiles, the missile turrets, and the turrets will last longer. You got the Vortex. Was it the Archon toilet? Man, there's so many things that they took away throughout this, time in StarCraft. They really minimalized it to some type of control of less chaos. The Widowmine got nerfed hard. So many things that were really cool got removed. The mama
so
ship.
much. There's no early game. There's no early game in StarCraft 2.
I think we've talked about this before, or I've definitely talked to this with pro gamers as well.
Yeah.
But why the jump to 12 workers is basically the same thing as jumping to pylon, gate cyber, and a nexus on the bottom on the base. Like,
yes.
So like, why didn't we just jump to 2 base, gate cyber, and warp gate on the way, right?
Yes.
Like, and the same thing with like pro or Zerg. It could be hatch, and a pool, right?
Yeah.
Because really, we've eliminated all of the 1 base options anyways.
Yes.
So it's exactly the same thing. There are
Exactly.
no
It's the same thing. It's just 2 bases instead of it's just doubles.
Someone will go ahead and point out the 2 times that it happened.
Yeah, they just doubled it, which means they just pushed the macro forward, and they eliminated a lot of early pressure. The time that you go in with a couple workers and do scrimmages, they eliminated a lot of that by speeding the game up. So I agree with them that they did that, and it would be good. It would be good. They did it to speed up things. They did it for the tournaments because they wanted to speed things up, get things going, which I think it was good. But without all these kind of like minute changes that really didn't help chaos, it just helped the meta. That's where it went wrong. It was okay with more minerals, but they kept denying us from being able to early harass. They took this away, they took that away, they defend. It's like, okay, well, how are we gonna do it then? I don't want to play a 30-minute game every day, every game. I want to have some 5s, maybe some 7s, maybe some 12-minute games. I don't want to always have 30-minute games.
And it worked, and it's like, okay, that's not what we're talking about.
No.
If you have less workers, every choice means a lot more. Like, if you're actually going to send out an early worker to proxy or something, right? Or you're going to go scout, it costs you a lot more percentage-wise of your income, so it hurts more.
Yep.
Like, these things are important. So I would bring it back down to the 6 workers. I would probably change how the minerals work right now, where it's like the half patches and stuff, but not 100% sure on that. Like, and I would bring back 4-player maps, 3-player maps, maybe 5-player maps. Like, have some variety in there.
Least 4-player maps.
Can't, and then someone will be like, oh, well, and push the glasses back and be like, you know what? Now suddenly there's this rush that can't be stopped. No. Stop.
Let them figure it out.
This is like the poison that could be spewed into brains to get you to think that this is the only way StarCraft 2 can be, and it's
exactly.
not. And it's not. And I wish that someone would change these things. And
that's how it's always been against the cheese. Cheese has always been, shunned. Oh, this can't because this is broken, or that. There's always something.
How much more exciting
also,
would it be
by the way,
with it a different way, where there's actually some chances for other early game things to happen?
By the way, we all played StarCraft 2 from the beginning, right? There were periods of time where this unstoppable rush happened, right? Like this is actually the most fun.
Then it gets figured out.
Now that I think about it, like,
it always gets figured out.
Builds, everyone would
after a couple months
kind of stumble upon them. They'd be super good, right? Everyone would like lose to them. Like, remember 7 Roach Rush and shit? Like, oh, that was so good, and then eventually it falls out because you can defend it, or like
you learn how to defend it.
Hellion pushes were really good. 3 pylon walls, you remember that? I mean, they put the supply depot there because that was kind of imba. Yeah. But point being, there were many Broodlord and Fester. There are many different builds / comps that were kind of imba, and figuring it out, maybe at some point it becomes clear that it is completely imbalanced, but we can't jump to that conclusion.
Exactly.
Like, Fester was.
So many people jump to conclusions every time and change things just because people were crying about things. Oh, this is imba. It's like learn how to deny. You're doing something that's allowing them to do this. You're not punishing them. You want to take bases, and because of that, you're not punishing them. So it's always gonna break you. And so there's always that the person always wants their cake and eat it too. They're, oh no, this is too broken. Well, what are you doing about it? What have you tried? They probably haven't tried much. They probably still stuck to the same build, and it just happens to not work against that one. So then, they're just upset and say that it's not working. The game's broken.
But
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's always going to be
I'm
that.
okay with periods of time where there's some imbalance and there's some understanding. I feel like there's too much effort in preventing all imbalance from the beginning, if that makes sense, and not enough exploring.
Not enough exploring.
Do you remember when we were talking about the mothership patch? and we were like kind of excited. We're like, oh shit, the mothership might actually be like a decent unit. And then we kept scrolling, and it was like, oh, just kidding. This is the horror. They
Yeah.
like reverse all of its coolness,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, come on, can we not make an imbalanced mothership for a little bit and see what it does? You know?
Yeah.
Like, let's have some
For
fun.
us currently.
Let's bring back Time Warp, or not Time Warp. What was the black
Vortex,
hole? Do
the
you remember
Vortex.
Black Hole
Oh, yeah,
Archon
yeah,
toilet?
yeah, the
Like,
vortex.
let's
or
have fun
whatever.
with some of that stuff
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
I
mean,
know. That's what I'm
I don't
saying.
know.
Bring back mama
Honestly,
shit.
Archon toilet was fun. I mean, it was stupid and
And make
we should
games
play around with it,
interesting.
but it was
Yep.
fun.
Exactly.
Yeah, I really wish that there could be a different direction to go into to kind of give some life to the just make it that much different. I was thinking, you know, what would be cool is if
Yeah,
there was
exactly.
actually like a Wings of Liberty league. That would be kind of
It would
hype
be,
if you had
yeah.
all the pros actually
be
playing
kinda
Wings of
fun.
Liberty for a few months. Like,
I know. I want to do that with you guys and do like what is it, Heart of the Swarm and Wings of Liberty. You know, 1v1 matches just for fun.
against each other and see what that looks like
Yep.
before every unit moves so fast.
Yeah, this is a
like,
video that
no
Artosa just
medevac
brought
boost
out
back
yesterday or
then,
2
and,
days
you
ago
know,
or
six
something. One of my
worker
viewers was
starts
asking me
and
about it.
4-player maps and 5-player maps.
So I figured
and
I'd
stuff like
watch
that.
it real
I think
quick.
something like that would
It's
be
almost
really,
done.
really cool.
I agree. I still thinking about some of the most hype moments.
This is on
in StarCraft
YouTube
for me
under
are those moments
Artosis.
of, like an Archon toilet hitting. You
Dude,
know,
the
or
Kiwi
whatever.
Kaki, yeah.
I
Like,
guess he does talk
yeah,
In the
shows
middle of
or
it, watching
his
it,
own
like,
shows.
Damn, this is so sick.
we don't have that shit
Here and
anymore,
there.
right?
Yeah.
Or at least I don't feel that same type of like, oh my god.
Or
that could
discussions,
happen, or,
maybe.
oh,
on
if he just
podcasts.
gets the sick Archon toilet and come back, or you know, like there is once you start seeing the needle going in one player's favor, it could be like the next 20 minutes they're dying. You know, like we could literally watch someone with a 10,000 bank sit there and literally whittle them away for 45 minutes and never have been at a disadvantage, but they can't kill them because if they do, then they are losing their advantage. It's just so boring, honestly.
No, not
Like,
enough risk
it's so
taking.
boring to watch someone with a 10k bank not commit because they don't want to have that resource effectiveness shift in the other person's favor.
They don't want to
So
risk.
they basically have to play out an hour-long game. Like, I don't know. It just sucks, to be honest.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't think I have too many other thoughts on it.
that's
I-
about
No.
it. I think, right?
I think the only thing in terms of thoughts, we talked about it a bit as well. I think battle aces will have this problem too. Like, I don't see the volatility there per se. Like we were talking about, remember how volatile StarCraft 1 was, or StarCraft 2 was, and then how I guess figured out it became.
Well, Battle Aces doesn't have enough characters to be able to put into the pool. They're limited characters, so if they added more characters in the potential mix of their choice of their cards, like which selections they're gonna choose, which units, I feel like if they get enough choices, it gets more complicated for the players. But the way it is right now, the choices are not as much, so the players, there's gonna be some type of meta, and it's gonna be pretty strong, and everybody's gonna go towards it. So they definitely need a couple more wild cards in there, so it gets more complicated. So yeah, Battle Aces, we'll see how that goes.
My biggest fear is battle aces will actually rush that, right? Like there might be very few compositions. Ultimately, there
Yeah,
might be
these
very
games,
few
he
relevant
talks about
playstyles
the
over time.
Playing in
Without
game, he talks about the playing 2 in an hour is boring. Well, no, the playing 2 hours is not always boring, but what he's saying is there's some games where it's pretty much just stalemate. You know, this person has like turrets and tanks right here. This person has brood lords and this and that, and it's just a slow burn because you don't want to take enough risk to make something happen and maybe lose. But if you do this slow burn, you're gonna win eventually. You're gonna slowly just kill one unit at a time, even if it takes a minute each time you kill a Marine. That's a kill, and you'll whittle them down and like, it'll take forever, but you get it done. That's what that's not fun, but that's a player. I think at the end of the day, the meta has always been worshipped and promoted, by so many people. When it comes to Winter, Loco, they definitely promote the meta for a long time because that's just always been the thing. That's what the pros do. Everybody that I knew when I was playing StarCraft was talking about the meta. You can't do this. That doesn't work. That's not meta. That's not meta. I feel like this meta promotion really kind of like hurt the StarCraft ecosystem of like exploring different builds because everybody just did the meta. When everybody does the meta, nobody really wants to make ripples in the water. And if not many people make ripples in the water, it gets a little harder for that to be a thing because like I said, everything was balanced to the meta, and the meta just gets stronger. The players doing the meta get better at it. Not very fun. But yeah, I don't think they talk about StarCraft.
Pros all macro very similarly.
Lose a battle by X%, you might never win. I guess, true.
Yeah, comeback mechanics are...
They're the last people that should be deciding what is interesting to watch, basically.
Yep.
Ultimately, esports are for watching, not for playing. So do not listen to pro gamers if you're making a game. You need to actually listen to your audiences. Not fully, but you need to take into account more.
I disagree. Don't listen to your audiences either. Audiences don't fucking know. Listen to the person who's making the game. Let someone with a strong vision.
Someone with a strong vision definitely needs to be the one that makes the changes.
Push forward.
Yes, I'm just saying. I'm not saying like don't listen to a single chatter. I'm just saying you'll know what what the audiences actually want. You'll know what
the audience wants. Entertainment. They want to not know what's gonna happen, and everything will take its place, from there. But there's got to be mystery. If there's no mystery, then it gets a bit boring. And I think that's all they need. I think that it just needs a little mystery.
For example, we knew Archon Toilet was fun, right? Audiences loved it, right? So
it's gone, of course.
Of course, yeah.
It's gone.
So, and also some things that were really unfun. I mean, sometimes they overlapped, like Swarm Host. Literally nobody liked that. Swarm Host for Swarm Host, nobody liked that. Pro gamers didn't like that, and the audiences didn't like that. So why did we have them? I don't know.
Yeah.
So, anyways, it was a good chat.
Yeah. Let us know what you guys think.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Finally. That's pretty cool, I definitely like that discussion. It needs to be raised up more where, we definitely need that in StarCraft. We need chaos. It's a good thing I practice chaos every day. That's what I live for, is chaos. Try to break the game. Over here, we don't play the same game every game. And we're ranking up. I'm going to show you my name. I got my name right here, Florencio. We're going to rank up. Can't say I didn't use my name to, get to Diamond or Masters. I haven't played in StarCraft 2 in years. I miss it. It's really fun, especially if you start getting a little loose like it. Like you heard from Ortosis, and no regret. There's no regret. Is that who he is? I forgot what his name. I know he's a pro Zerg player. No, Terran or Zerg. I know he ain't Protoss. I think it's Zerg. You heard it from them right there. Live a little, play some crazy StarCraft. Don't get too boring. That's how you play the game. If you don't, you get to their conclusion where they're like, yeah, no, this ain't it. In their conclusion, they've been playing for a long time, and they're even telling you, this ain't it. This ain't fun. This part, doing what we're doing right here, this ain't fun. I'm telling you, what I'm doing is fun. Chaos. Who knows what's going to happen in the game. Take some risks. Get better at it. the mystery is the exciting part. What up, Dempsey? What up, the Dempsey? Yep. How you doing? Definitely me. That's definitely me. I'm Dempsey and I'm Smart Just depends on what day you got me at. Trick some other players. Yeah. We got El Milan. I don't know how to say it. El Milanes. Yeah, no exit, no problem. Tetriathin. That one's always a hard name to pronounce. Tetriathin. We got Angel. Copy D-Door 1000 lifetimes. City Dobby. Rigatron, Space Raptor. What's up, guys? You guys ready for a fun Friday? Okay. This map. You like this one, Rigatron? This map? Dylan a Terran. Because I like to eat them. What's a Dumpsio? Is that a food or something? I've never heard of that one. Alright, let's see. Barracks gas. We'll get a cybernetics core just in case there's a Reaper. Most of the time there is. So I'm so behind. Let's see if I can deny it. Okay, let's go back home. See what he's doing. Get an oracle for revelation. See. Okay, so now we're gonna use the oracle. Wow, 2 command centers.
Research complete. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Alright, we're gonna get the Colossus, get the gas. Let's get another base. And we're gonna try to get some more gas.
Mineral field depleted. Mineral field depleted.
I'm gonna check back here for the base. Okay.
I love the smell of Vespine in the morning. It's lovely, quite lovely indeed.
What is it?
Mineral field depleted. Mineral field depleted. Research complete.
Okay, let's get the gas.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
GG. With the composition? Yeah, we're getting there. You have a replay for me? Yeah, send it. Let me know when it's in the Discord. We'll check it out. Hit TGIF, guys. If you guys have any replays, let me know. It's ugly and dirty. Okay. Let me know when it's in the Discord, okay? And we'll get it going. Or if it's already there, we'll start it up. Oh, man. See this crazy dirty game. Yeah, it's Friday. If you guys want to play co-op with me, if you guys are members or subs, you guys can, you know, we can do a couple co-op games per person. Or 2v2s, let me know. Alright, we'll play another one. Let me know when it's in, okay, Raffanese? Hope all is well. You've been getting in your StarCraft? Been getting your StarCraft fix. That's cool. Oh, Zerg versus Zerg. We'll see what we could do. We need to make sure we get an Overlord though, that's for sure. Alright. Go to this mineral.
Our forces are under attack.
Oh shit.
Our forces are under attack. Unacceptable. The hive cluster is under attack.
Got him. Dang, craft strikes again. Yeah, that was a drone sneak. So we get the early pool, and we get two drones, of course. We put them together and take off, and we just defend ourselves for the meantime, because we're gonna go for an attack. Now, most of the time in this map, most Zergs get this base. Not too many Zergs get this base because there's a lot of spine crawling going on here. Or a lot of shenanigans going on this side, road ravagers. So this base tends to be desired. So we're gonna go over here, and then we're gonna move his drone out, split him, right? And I'm gonna act like this is what I wanted to do, just kind of look around, and then I'm like, oh no, there's lings, let me just hide, you know, let me just be annoying. Just keeping him away from this attention. But it's kind of like, hey, I'm right here. Remember, I'm the drone that you saw earlier. I gotta find a way to say, hey, it's me. It's me. I'm here. Because what you don't want is a Zerg to go, oh, what happened to that drone? Even if you killed it, if the Lynx killed the drone, the player might not have seen that. And if the player didn't see the drone get killed, then he's gonna think, where did that drone go? Let me look around just in case. You know what I mean? You don't want him to go, where did the drone go? You want him to know he saw. And so that's why I'm like right here, just, hey, Evil Chamber, I'm taking your gas. Look at me. Don't just kill me real quick and not know. I was like, oh, now I know you know because you pulled back. So now I'm good. He knows that that's the drone. When are we streaming Nightmare next? Probably later on today. After I eat. Like in 2.5 hours, like let's say 3 hours. It'd be safe to say in 3 hours. Okay. Yeah, and we're gonna make spine crawlers are way better. You might be dealing with Lingbane, roaches, and spine crawlers tend to help out a lot. And in this map, you can kind of ledge up here, and then get the spine on the high ground, kind of like a cannon rush. So now that we're here, we can get one here and then trickle in. I'm going to be playing Silent Hill later on tonight. We're going to start Silent Hill tonight, part 2. We're going to start it from the beginning again because I forgot what the hell happened. We had to take a pause because my graphics card went out. But now the graphics card, the fans are good. We switched them so we could play it again. Yeah, but I totally forgot most of the stuff, so I gotta go back and start from the beginning. The origin, what is that, part 1? Part 3? I don't know the numbers of Silent Hill. See here, let me put that in my replay section. I have a Discord section with my replays. Did Ralphanese, did you put it in? Oh, okay, you put it in? Okay, cool. Let's check out a replay. So we have a replay from a viewer of mine, and it's a crazy one. Let's see here. Where did you send it, Roughnese? Under non-sub? Is it non-sub? Oh, submission. Okay. The non-sub replays, right? Okay. Is this November? Well, today's the 22nd. Let's see. I don't see anything from the 22nd. That's my. Those are my replays. Those are replays that I put into my specific section for people that want to watch my games or some crazy replays. No, it's I got it. I was just saying though that section is solely for crazy games, crazy of my games. It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, that's what that was. That's why I was confused. I was like, where did you send it? All right, here we go. On the bottom left, here in Dynasty, we have our Terran player. It is the Trasher. The Trasher? All right. We got the Trasher over here. Big boss. All day, day. Supply depot. Stat. Meanwhile, our Terran player in the blue. It's a mirror match. Going for them SCVs. It is the abusement. The abusement. You're the Thrasher. The Trasher. Yeah. The T-Rasher. Is it the T-Rasher? The Rasher? The Trasher. Oh, what the hell's going on here? I've seen this before. This not your ordinary SCV. This SCV's a bit glowy. You know? Bigger than... Oh, here comes the beatdown. Does he catch it? Does he play... Was it? Oh, look at him. Look. He's like, oh, shoot. Run. Uh-oh. He's putting a fight. He's over there trying to figure out what's going on. Oh, all the workers are dead, but we still have one. Do we have enough for a Reaper? Marine? What are we gonna do? We got an orbital?
Add-on complete.
Uh-oh, you're going double Marine. Those SCVs are pretty hurt. But you know what's funny? It's like we just wasted... Oh, those SCVs. Those two are the only ones that are... Oh, we only got one more. He's getting attacked. Get out of there. Oh, we got 3. Okay. Ooh, that was close. Man, this one's still pissed off. He wants to go out there and fight with the Marines. Let me come with you. Get back in the house, Bobby. Oh, we got 2 more Marines over here. Man, bruised but alive. The Warriors. A little victory parade right there. Get back to work. Okay. A victory parade to the mineral line. got 2 Marines pissed off, 4 Marines. This is gonna be tough because we only got 1. The SCV goes down. Ooh! Get out of there. Okay. Oh, shot him again. The micro. No! Our dead soldier. These guys are pretty pissed. Straight. Look at him. He's running. Oh no. The wounded. Heal yourselves. Oh damn. These guys are putting in some work. Where do they get the bullets? Yeah, look at them. Take that, supply depot. Burn in hell. Boom. Yeah, I kind of feel like somewhere in there, there's some. Whenever a supply depot burns, there's somebody in the toilet. I don't know. I mean, there's always that awkward situation where you just gotta be in the toilet when shit cracks, huh? You're like, really? This is how I go. Ooh! Get him! Takes one down. Last place I want to be when there's an earthquake. You're just like, oh. What do I do? It's halfway. Oh man, that's gotta be the worst. Alright, enough visuals. But yeah, that supply depot, I swear there's somebody in there every time a supply depot dies. Damn, this is not good, but we can get it there. Look, we got Marines, SCVs. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Attack. Get him. Wow, he took out the Marines. Start mining. We got mules. Space Marines. And we got mules too. We got mining. And we got Mariners. Over and out. They're pissed. They're ready to go. They could taste the beat down right now. Oh, get him. He's almost dead. What are you doing? Oh man, you know, it'd be so cool if there's a VR setup where you can actually be part, you know, just watch the vision of whatever unit you want as a viewer. Like, I want to see in the eyes of that Marine right there, and then just, you know, you're able to see it, and it's like, oh shit, and it's whatever happens to it happens, but you get to see that perspective. That'd be cool. Gonna far more if you just stay moved. Yeah, it's chaotic right now. You know, right now they got both adrenalines kicking in. They got to figure out what's gonna happen. They're the ones on the, you know, they're the ones steering the boat. I don't know about that one. That one was just drunk, straight drunk. But I mean, the mining is getting hurt right here. Whenever things get very weird, make sure your mining is good, your gas is good. It's really easy to overlook it, but this has to be good. Yeah, eventually, you can't go to phase 2 after phase 1 unless this is at least good. It's very bad to go to phase 2 and then this is still not good. Because when you go to phase 3, this is still not good. So, yeah. Meanwhile, we're looking good over here. A little bit better. Making SCVs, dropping mules. Got a base in the gold. Got the tech 111. Yeah, that's just for looks. We don't even get in the bunker. We build them. We don't get in them. Uh-oh. Oh, the Marauder. Is he going to shoot? No. Okay. Oh, he sees him. Oh, they could have caught the tank. They could have caught the tank by itself. Oh, no. Alright, so we're getting a Liberator. These Liberators are pretty cool. They whoop ass. Very annoying, very silent. They're like a mosquito. Before you know it, you're getting, you know, attacked. And it itches. Alright, living up, living up. Ooh, that tank. That Liberator needs to get fired. He didn't give his little buddy high ground vision. Oh, look at him. What? That's supply depots or... Oh, wait. Oh, right here. I was like, where is it? I told you. These little things are hard to spot. You just hear the damage and you're just like, ouch, where? Ouch. Yeah, yeah. Still not contested. Now, this will be a good spot right here. Just siege this way. Here. Way better. This is a very targeted area. Yeah. Yeah. Positioning is everything. No! What are you crazy? Some people have no timing. Alright. A tank would be great right here. Just one tank right here in the range of this. Very annoying. That's the one thing about this map. Sometimes you're defending, you're like, okay, I'm taking him from taking this base, but there's this base still you gotta take care of. And that's gonna be hard because, well, you know what? We got 3 bases. So the abusement and the trasher, what a name combo. Yeah, but the abusement, he's getting another base. Not bad. Starport. 2 starports. Banshees? Ravens? Oh, we gotta deal with the BC. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. The tank needs to be not too close. Oh no. Oh, that one fell. That one fell through, damn BC. Got the tank. Okay, we got 2 more tanks. We need something that's gonna do with the... Now, luckily we got starports. Vikings could do it. They can get the job done. 2 Vikings. We got more tanks coming up. Ooh, the scans. Takes out one tank. Meanwhile, the BC's just whooping ass. We're at 26 kills right now. 27, 28. Oh, we're trying to get high ground vision. We don't have scans right now. Oh yeah, the BC's now just done with his lunch. 35 kills. 40 kills. Yep, let's make that 41. Oh, look at that. Round two. Round two. No, why are we putting it too close? You don't need that. You don't need to be that close. You're a tank. Right here. Look, he's gonna get close. He's gonna get shot. Ooh! Again! Oh! Finally. What the hell? One shooter? I was surprised. And then the Vikings come afterwards. That's not bad. They're gonna take this space out. Maybe lift up if the command center lifts. The BC's here. Don't land. Oh, he's gonna land everything. Now it's too late. No. Okay, we'll pull back. Don't lose. Oh, look at that. Balls. Wiping them workers. Look at that. We're pretty hurt though. I'm not gonna lie. We're pretty hurt over here. Ooh, loses that Viking. That was vital. But there is mining time. They're still mining from both sides. A BC comes in, clears this one. How many kills? 55 kills. Ooh, 58 kills. That's a whole lot of kills. Oh, he's going for it, the fake out. No, go for this one. He's like, I like to. I like the hard choice. Yeah, you gotta go for the weak one next time. I hear it's a good thing. 3 Vikings, that's gonna clear up the BC, but the BC is taken out. Yep, he's going home. Yeah, we are struggling over here. What? We can mule. We got full. Drop down 5 mules. We gotta repair the BC. That BC's got 14 kills. Looks like 3 Vikings. What are they doing over here? That is. No, repair it. He moved them. He moved the BC so the SCV couldn't repair right away, and then. Ouch. Meanwhile, the abusement's taking that gold again. Again, the BC's here, but is there Yamato? There is Yamato this time. One's gonna get killed and the other one's gonna get Yamato. No? Yamato! Get him! Yamato! Good try though. Them Yamatos are a little bit hard to, you know. That button's sometimes hard to push. But we got more Vikings to counter the BCs. The Viking count's gonna get up there. And we're gonna be playing a Viking count war. What are we gonna? We still gonna go BCs because that's dangerous. And we're sticking to ground, which is really good. It's a good choice. And engineer bay popping up. We're going for upgrades. Bases are being built. Vikings. Alright, so we got what? 2 barracks, 3 barracks, 4 barracks. We got armory for upgrades and doors. Still got the Yamato. This mineral line's getting chewed a little bit, but it's gonna get denied. Uh-oh, again. Uh-oh, we're gonna catch him. Catch him on the act. Get him! We got 1 Viking. There's a little army right there. I don't think he's caught it yet. I don't think he sees it. He sees it. Yeah, they're visible. Oh, going straight to the gold. There you go. Don't let him mine. Oh, it's almost done. Look at it. The hair from finishing. And we're going to get a surprise attack. We do get 1 Viking. Any little bit helps. Alright, so okay, what do we gotta take a base. The abusement definitely needs a base right now. Same thing for the trasher. Definitely needs another. We need a transition for another base. These bases are gonna mine out sooner than expected. Oh, look at this! The Viking drop. The Marines, not that many Marines are here to help out. The whole army's coming back. This is a disaster right here. Oh, he's going forward again. He's like, nah, let's go. Base trade. Oh, the Marines. Oh, look at the Vikings. Instant rewind. What the hell? Is there medevacs in there or no? It's the worst thing. He F2'd. He F2'd and everything went over there. Meanwhile, the Vikings finally got cleaned up. Both players lost the base. Well, it looks like we're losing a lot of units over here on blue side. That abusement. I think we're in. That is a lot of bile. Is he scouting? Is that his way of scouting? He's like, I want to see what he has before I leave. How did he win? Oh, I don't know what he's doing. SCVs are migrating.
Base.
Let's look at his. Nope. Look at the vision. Oh, the lift up. He's base trading, yeah. Somehow he feels like maybe I can win. He's still got that. He's got that eye of the tiger right now. Oh man. Well.
Base is under attack.
He had the eye of the tiger. Oh, he still has it. It's like I got 800. He's doing the math. 860 minerals. I can get three Vikings. Yeah, he thinks he can muster something up. Nope. Now he knows he has to hide for right now. He's like, oh, I gotta go to the other side. I gotta go to the other side. Oh no! He's gonna. That is where it all falls apart. It all falls apart. And now you're just, you know, you're dead.
Base is under attack.
Now you're.
Your forces are under attack.
Oh. Load to the corner. You kind of want to maybe show your card that you're up there so you can hide, but oh, you found him. The Trasher found him. He was trying to get that PF. He's like, if I can get that PF, I can make it happen. GG. He tried. Never gave up. GG, the Trasher wins. That was funny. Very ballsy. It all started with the worker rush. Yeah. You send a replay? We'll do that, and then I gotta eat real quick, and then I'll come back when I finish eating. Where did you send the replay? Discord? Let's see here. Non-sub. Are you talking about November 16 or let's see. Yeah, I kind of figured at the end, but it was fun. Well, I figured at the SCV stack. Check the weird game screen. I have a weird game screen. See where? The weird game screen? Where's... In Discord? You sent it in Discord? Weird games replays. Do you know the title exactly? Did you put it in? Which section did you put it in? I don't have a weird game replay section. GG for the Trasher. You big guys better watch out for Trasher out there in the ladder. Don't underestimate. Yeah, yeah, under replays, YouTube weird replays. Oh, YouTube, the YouTube one. Okay, let me go check that. I have one from November 16. Did you sent one earlier? You want one earlier? When did you send? I have one that's okay. I got one that for match. Okay, let's check this one. So you sent two. No wait, you sent two. I guess I'll try the bottom one for. No, I'll try the top one. I think I did the bottom one right. We'll do one for now, and then I gotta eat, and I'll be right back. Let's see what we got. I think it's this one, right? The newest one, Concord. Wait, where's that? I don't see nothing. Concord. Oh, you're Concord? Wait, what? Yeah, that's all I got right here. November 16 is the last replay I seen in the YouTube replays. November 16. Je ne sais pas. Yeah. So you gotta just see if it's in there. It's in there. Do you see it in yours? Okay, we'll take it. I guess wrong replay. That one? What? Which one? Do I got the right one? The one on Concord? Oh, okay. The bottom one. Okay, the bottom one is the one you know, I don't know the maps. Concord was like, I'm like, what are you talking about? The game Concord? There's a game called Concord. Okay. Okay, let me there we go. Okay. Yeah, I got you. Oh, what? Big Daddy BBCQ just left the game. What? There's Concord. Is this it? No? No, not this one. Different one. Okay, we'll check it out. Okay, option. Let me lower the sound a little bit. Gets loud. Can't play Terra. We have a player down. Player down on red side. We got Crazy Thorn, our Protons player. We got Pikmin's Master, fellow partner Protons player. We have Figure Nagel, Protons player. Wow, 3 Protons, 4 Protons. What did we got? Oh no, that's Finger Nagel. And then a Terran, Big Daddy BBQC. But this is AFK. You know, well, technically this player left. So we're man short. Man down, man down. Meanwhile, we got a Protons player, the Bun. We got Buns. And we got our Terran player, Kode, or Kate. We have our Zerg player, Saitama. And we got, what the hell? We got Frigilero. Frigilero. Does that make sense to anybody? Is that something? Is that like a food or something? Sounds spicy if it does. Hey, Daddy. So we gotta lock up in the, you know, in the main base. Ain't nobody getting in or out. Well, kind of. We could drop the supply depots. And we're gonna find out what the choice is for each player. We got a forge, 2 gateways. It's a bit mixed, but it looks like maybe a drop. DT drop. Yeah. Okay. So we got a DT drop from our good friend the Bun. Our Terran player is going for an Expo, kind of more macro focused. Our Zerg going for a macro focus, 3 base play. Maybe mutas, maybe something gas related. Fast layer upgrades, I don't know. We'll have to find out, but definitely greedy. See if anybody punishes them. On the meantime, Fergilero going for a Roach. I don't know about Fergilero though. You know, we're on 1 base. My friend is on 1 base. Oh, what do we got? Oh, we're going for a layer tech. 1 base layer tech. What is that? Swarm host player? What are we going swarm host? We might be. What? Roaches. Night swarm? He's going for something early. Really, we'll find out right now. And we got void raids. Those roaches ain't gonna be planning out. Now with 3 void raids here from Crazy Thorn. Meanwhile, we got 1 gas from our friend Pikmin Master. So it looks like going for a little bit of depth harass. Start with a little scouting, a little nibble, but we're gonna find 3 marauders, so hopefully we don't blink in front of them. We do. Go for the drones. No, not the queen. She's beefy. Okay, the DTs are here. Yeah, you. Like, are you a bakery? Because the buns are here. Like, is that a bakery in your pants? Because you got buns for days. Okay. Those pros are traumatized. Go. Start mining. Gas. Heh. No scans. Terran players got possible scans, but not many. We need observers. We got observer here. Roaches. Frigolero. Hasn't done anything with it. Let's see. Here we go. We go Infestor Spit. We're going lurkers maybe. I think lurkers. For some reason, Frigilero is like teching up pretty hard. We got gateway play, ground play for the bun after the DT rush. Oh, there we go. That is Saitama. What the hell is this? All right, there we go. Oh, there we go. I thought that was a party right there. It's just those 2 guys. One pops out, that's it. Saitama. Saitama. I know, he thought he was One Punch Man. Comes in with one swarm hose. Imagine someone beat your ass, just one swarm hose just keeps coming out of nowhere, just nibbling workers. Just one. That's it. Alright, so we got pushed back. The Void Raids are a good choice for Swarm Hose plays because we got to keep him away. He's got to patrol the other areas. Our Protoss player needs to help our team in the red help patrol the spots. Uh-oh. Right in front of the cannons too. Like, here we go. We're gonna break this down. I don't know how good that was. I prefer taking the base out. But yeah, he didn't want none of that. At least he cleared it. Oh, look at that. Ooh, the Void Raids! Come to the light. Look at the beam. Oh, the Void Raids! They're gonna get killed by the Vipers. Watch. He's gonna get them again, and he's gonna. Void Raids are gonna clump up. Oh no! Got him! Those Voiders did a lot of work though, but man, are they almost dead. Oh, look at this, so close. He could have just, he's like, hey, get him, get him, get him. He's like, get him, get him. Get down. So stressful, those Void Raids are almost dead. Go! Oh no. But, here comes the Swarm Host again. Double trouble. He's not even off cooldown yet. Oh, he's gonna take that. That cannon is gone. That base is gone. Oh, nice, nice. Oh, he comes back to it. It's not a, yeah, it's a lot of Marines. Not gonna happen. And then this swarm. There's just too much. Oh, that Nexus almost died. Look at that. So we're holding up over here on the high ground. But I don't think that's going to be good because we've got a bunch of swarm hosts. Luckily, the swarm host is probably going to break this. Yep. A lot of swarm hosts. Oh, the carriers. That's a lot of carriers. That could hold, but if only he had them earlier. If he had them, but he's getting a decent amount. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a good stack. Watch out. The swarm hosts are they don't shoot air. Oh, they gotta go for the Nidus Worm. They go for the Nidus Worm. Oh, he's trapped. Oh, but there's another one, little weasel. Uh-oh. Who's gonna win? Okay. We gotta move out. Get it! Oh, you got him! You better run. Better run your butt. He's running. Oh no, he's not running now. Now he's hiding. Dangerous. Do anybody got a scan? An Oracle observer. We can get an observer. There he goes. He's supply blocked. Oh no. It made not cannons. You want to make? You got a lot of income. Where? What's he trying to get? Get an observer. Where's the observer? There it is. There it is. Ooh, the void raids. Get him out of there. Oh, you don't want to release those interceptors. And then there it is. You better run. Who's trapped? Oh, here we go, here we go. The inner. Oh, no, not the Marines. Oh, he accidentally moved them over to this army. Not good. You want to keep the Marines with the rest of the. You need medevacs too. Kill all the interceptors. Oh, this is a tough one. Can Crazy Thorn get this? Okay. Oh, loses one. Oh, take down a carrier. But the stalkers get wiped out. And that is expensive. Meanwhile, more carriers here. Ooh, it's not looking good. The bun's finally getting taken out. Swarm hose still? The remaining swarm hose. What's this? Oh, he's still going at it. I'm gonna try to block up mine over here. I don't know if he had. I don't know if they have anything to even get close to killing these carriers. Oh yeah, mistakes were made. Nice. Taking out the supply. Ooh, yeah, they're. Code is dead. Good friend, the bun is pretty dead. No base. All we have is these swarm hosts, and possibly 1,000 barracks. There it goes. We definitely need marines, but I think it's too late now. We need widow mines too. Widow mines will do good killing these interceptors if you hit them right. Go. He just loves swarm host, huh? Even against all odds. Carriers, I'll still go swarm host. Swarm host, he could probably kill off the buildings, but oh, here comes the army. We do have this one starting up. Finally, the barracks are coming out. What if you can kill all the buildings before the carriers kill the buildings? You might be able to win. Yeah, that's where the swarm host can maybe come out, by killing the buildings. That's where he's trying to do, but if there's a building that floats, then he's screwed. Luckily, there's no buildings that can float right now for Protoss. They did have a Terran, but he died. So if they kept the Terran. They do not want to leave the game. Like, he's still trying. Look, he's still trying to break. Like little by little. We gotta start. There goes the mining. That's what we need. Okay. Uh-oh. Yeah, you gotta be careful. They're gonna take out the... Well, they're not gonna take out fresh base, but we gotta watch out for the probes. Don't lose the probes. Oh, 3 probes dead. 4th one's right here. Gotta not lose that one. Because, yeah, Zerg could keep... Where's the income? Well, it's not that much money, but, yeah. In team games, Protoss, Skytoss is pretty heavy. If you want to win, most likely, highest chance is going air with Protoss in team games. Oh, pick him up again. Oh, I think he's gonna find the base. Move it. Nope. Yeah, he's gonna find it. This is the final stance. There we go. Oh, gonna get something to eat. This time, Protoss will be bulletproof. And they look at him. Code's still trying to work it. It's like, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win. He's gonna have to dodge this void raid. Oh, he got away. And then this base got caught. And then that's funny, the drones are being burrowed. He's like, I'll build it. Once you leave, I'll build it. How long is it gonna take for him to decide to come out? Uh-oh. Cancel. Builds it right here and right here. Yeah, he doesn't want to cancel all of them accidentally. This one's going to get caught. Or already got caught. He's actually going ham on somebody. Yeah, these Reapers are trying to kill every building. Trying to do everything he can. It's like, no, you can't build. Stop it. Stop mining. He's doing a good job slowing them down. He's hoping to get this going. But, I mean, you got carriers, for goodness sakes. You can't break the cannons. It's going to be a... Oh, now the Reaper died. GG. Alright, I gotta eat. What happened, Dexter? Come here. Dexter wants to say hello real quick before we eat. I know, a little bit. I know. Say hello. Hear me roar. Well, I know. She goes all over. You're so handsome. You're so handsome. Well, he's attacking me. Help me. Help me, Tom Cruise. Ah. He's a zombie. Yeah, he's so. It's controlling this area. Ah! Damn, who you barking at? What? Some poodle is barking. He's so loud. His bark is so loud. Alright. He wants to go eat. Yeah, it's loud. It's like, if you hear it, it's like his bark, when he barks. It's like, bam, like a firecracker. He usually doesn't bark out when he's right here. He usually doesn't bark to his people. All right, well, I'll be back soon. I'm gonna eat. I'll be back, and we'll do some Nightmare, StarCraft Nightmare. GG's, well played. And if you guys have any replays, put them in. We'll check them when we can. I'll check that one out later. Yeah. Just remind me. Alright. See you guys soon. Peace.